Everywhere you look, there's just more and more fucking propaganda. Here's some, transhumanism, Skynet fucking propaganda with robots and shit. Somebody left this online.
I wake up at 8 a.m. and immediately get hit with my morning advertisement.
Drink Sheboygan juice. Half the calories, twice the Sheboygan.
I then fight my 8 roommates for space. Since Zillow now owns 100% of homes, this is our only option for living. For breakfast, my duplicate brings me my morning ration of trough slop.
I really want to hear more of that. I left this on the internet. Repeating things like this, or like late stage capitalism, which is what's shopped around in here. Pardon me, I'm boiling water and doing 15 fucking things and I haven't eaten today. These are my complaints and excuses. Either way, this shit's fucking propaganda, and you would realize this if you were thinking for yourself and someone like me didn't have to point that out for you. It's both shameful and telling of the times that someone who's not worth their salt left this on the fucking internet. What I'm saying is the infrastructure that holds society together should be for the people, by the people, but it's not, because the fucking republic fell during the Civil War and was finalized in 1871. This is when America became a corporation in all capital letters. It means that the military-industrial complex is the bottom of the trilateral city-states, and things that you should fucking know. So you see businesses like Walmart, Starbucks, and the list goes on. Yeah, these should be for the people, by the people, but they're not. They should be, but they're not. Skipping along, I said, good people out there are fucking gullible, which means they're going to buy into this nonsense. And when they're told on social media to go out and riot, they will tear down the old infrastructure. They won't think for themselves. They'll go out and scream at the sky. Black Lives Matter. Occupy movement. Anonymous. People are fucking dumb, and they keep repeating the same shit. Do you remember Rodney King and all that stuff? Do you remember any of that? Same song and dance. People are pulling our strings and people aren't thinking. They're just reacting. They're reacting. You guys could take a screenshot too and read all of this, but most people won't. Most people will just tell me that I'm yapping, or here's a word wall, or I'm not reading that. These are the responses I get, instead of thoughtful people reading this shit, looking into this shit, proving what I said holds water, and realizing how this negatively it will fuck us up. And it is fucking us up. And most people are just dashing towards this quote-unquote future, which means their masters their agendas are coming together swimmingly. And you and I are surrounded by fucking retards. Said, here's another point, and this is relevant. Here, I'll just bastardize this too. The Davos panel is the public forum of the Bilderberg Group. They openly stated many decades ago that they were going to give us all these forms of communication. I'm talking about anything connected to the fucking Wi-Fi now. Why would they do that? Because they're manipulating us, and what most people are doing and what most people are repeating is exactly what our masters want. Which is why you and I still have fucking access to the DARPA internet. Or internets. Technically, there's layers, and some of them you and I still are not privy to. Most people are fucking stupid and don't realize that. They might have heard the dark web and stuff like that, but they still don't understand what's what. Most people don't understand that 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G still fucking exist because it's a net of energy. They think, oh, now we're just in 5G. You and I are surrounded by superficial fucking people, through and through. That's the gist of it. I said you could look this up if you use your cell phone and the internet as a tool instead of entertainment. But instead you got this shit online. I mean, this is fucking garbage.
Capitalism. I went memory from a duplicate. Hopefully there's something good.
Oh, childhood trauma. That's whack.
Just then, world-famous Lonely Hand model Mimi Moneybags walks in. Looks like she's doing a make-a-wish for a 36-year-old man dying of diabetes.
I can't believe I'm meeting you IRL. Can I use my last memory unit on you?
How pathetic.
She makes 15,000 gallons a year. That's a lot of water. Figuratively selling your body makes so much more than literally selling it. Then my girlfriend leaves me because I couldn't make my monthly girlfriend subscription payment.
You need to start donating more plasma.
I'm already donating the legal limit.
Well, why don't you just siphon some from your duplicate?
Maybe I should become a live streamer and move into Zillowville. Then I could probably afford a premium girlfriend and only need 3 roommates. Then I download Sleep Premium so I don't get hit with any dream advertisements. And that's my day. This is
Someone took the time to fucking knock this out. Find it funny, kind of ironic, that their profile is a goddamn monkey, which also promotes Darwinian bullshit that does not reflect reality in any form or way. Let's see how many people are following this. You know, Photoshop Space Monkey Mafia. That's dumb as fuck. Dumber than a bucket of hammers. 50,000 people are following this slop. Some of them are the... Okay, so I followed this kid. Let's see if it will bring it up. Nope. Let's try it again. Nope. This kid. He posts a lot of superficial shit. Sometimes he comes kind of close to stuff, and other people I know are following this. But they never dish up the shit that I fucking leave online that you should know. That's superficial to me, which means they don't have a clue what they're talking about. None of these fucking kids do. Nobody apparently does. These days, it's just a goddamn joke. I mean, it's a fucking joke. Most people don't realize it. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. No one wants to hear it. But that's exactly what's happening. This guy's controlled opposition. Chris Pine, Russell whatchamacallit, or whatever the fuck. Again, I'm barely eating. There he is again. So in other words, they're posting controlled opposition assets. That's one of the reasons why they are being shopped around on the internet. There he is again. There's a celebrity puppet, you know, Mike Tyson. He is funny, but he likely eats babies. Ha 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 ha. There he is again. There's some Zionist puppets. I mean, Robin Williams, you know, who also promoted cross-dressing propaganda and Mrs. Doubtfire. Just saying. The Punisher guy. Zionist puppets. More Zionist puppets. Another Zionist puppet. What's this guy? Is this Donahue? I can't think of any of these names right now because I'm fucking tired and hungry. This guy's controlled opposition. More Zionist puppets. Or celebrity puppets, if that rubs you the wrong way. It's the same difference. There's some more. Most people see this shit and they don't think about any of it. Any of it. There's a reason why V for Vendetta was greenlit and spoon-fed to people when it was. It paved the way. It encouraged people. Socially speaking, you know, people, hence people, to buy into the Occupy and the fucking Anonymous bullshit. Those things paved the way for later agendas. They paved the way for a mindset of fucking brain-dead retards to buy into and encourage other people to buy into. Here's another way to think of that. This account is called The Space Monkey Mafia. If you've read Fight Club or you've seen the movie and you thought about Fight Club, the last thing, if you were Jack, you were Joe, you know, the protagonist, the last thing you truly want is a space monkey, let alone a gaggle of space monkeys. And I prefer to say Photoshop space monkeys because this shit's also reaffirming the heliocentric polarizing outline of the globe theory, which doesn't reflect reality. You can't recreate it in a lab based on replicable, evidence-based research. I'm also not Team Flat Earth because that was the other polarizing narrative that our masters spoon-fed a bunch of fucking morons. And they took to it. They took to it like flies to shit. Again, people out there, such as this jazz, they don't know. They don't know. They don't look into any of this. The best they got is, I've got some Truman Show memes. Retarded shit. Here's an X-Files meme. They're promoting the space propaganda because they're promoting X-Files. They're also promoting test tube alien nonsense. And most people haven't figured that out. If we ever see something that comes close to an alien, it's a man-made abomination in a lab. A test tube alien. It's closest we're ever going to get. Which means that agenda is going to come together and no one's going to do anything to stop it because people don't know what reflects reality to begin with in the most superficial ways. Again, the information that I rattle off these days, at least for the brain dead masses, is superficial to me, and most people have never heard these things or thought about any of this shit. Do you see the highlights? Yeah, look close at those highlights. Some of you probably already know what I'm complaining about. I see emojis, which are social engineering stickers in place to do away with abstract thought. In other words, you can type a title, you can type a brief title, which I've done in here. And sometimes I'm lazy with it. I abbreviated skate. It's rare for me to do shit like that, but I did. But using those social engineering stickers urges other people to do it. The same could be said about me truncating that word and fucking it all up. And it should be said. But as always, what the fuck do I know? We're only human, we choose our adventure, and most people aren't striving to be the best and the brightest, which means they're not trying to set an example in any way, any form or way. Not even in the slightest.